What is happening, YouTube? We are back with another banger. Today it's gonna be a little simple video, nothing too crazy, mostly driving. But I just want to talk about in my personal opinion, is the Genesis Coupe, the perfect daily. And honestly, that really all goes down to what is the perfect daily for you. You know what I mean? Is it got style, room, reliability? Yes, it honestly does. For the coupe, I mean, this is the most room you're gonna get out of a coupe. I feel like you're not gonna get this much room out of a coupe normally. So yes, I personally think that is true. It does have the most room and style. It's definitely got style points. It's a clean looking car, especially for the price range we're talking about. I mean, compared to your options that you got, your competitors and whatnot, I think it definitely has more style compared to the G, compared to the Z, FRS. I think the FRS is a clean car, but you don't get any power with it. So compared to like those three cars, I'm talking about this price range, I think this car definitely has the most style points and best interior. I mean, like, you got buckets, got a nice screen, dope cluster, clean back seat. I mean, this isn't my favorite color, but it definitely will do. So that being said, the next thing I will talk about will be reliability. I think personally, I've had a good experience with this car. Knock on wood, of course. Thank God, I've had a pretty good experience with this car. Small things have gone out, small things have happened, but again, this car is like, I want to say like 11 years old, so it's not going to be perfect to the point where you're not going to have any problems. You're going to have problems. You're going to run into issues, especially because it's tuned, it's full bolt-on. I'm not like keeping the car stock. I'm definitely giving it some, pushing. I've used it a little bit here and there, so it definitely, checks out on that side. I'd say when it comes to gas and stuff, it's not the greatest, at least since I'm tuned. Before I was tuned, I would get anywhere between 19 and 22 miles per gallon in this city. After I got tuned and, I started going crazy on the pops and bangs and whatnot, it dropped down to as low as 15, honestly. It's dropped down to the lowest 15 before. But right now, I'm averaging about 17 if I drive like normal and I don't abuse it or nothing. But I've gotten close to 19, but nothing more than 19. And consistently, nothing more than 19 consistently. So before the tune, yes, I'd say it's pretty solid on gas, It's a 4-cylinder, 2-liter, or 2-liter 4-cylinder. I'd say it's pretty solid on gas. But after you got tuned, not as much. So that's really up to you. I mean, if you're not gonna push the car, you're gonna leave it stock. Yeah, I mean, you'll probably still enjoy it, but it definitely won't be the same animal it is when you do tune it. And this car isn't very fast, but it keeps up with good amount of cars and beats pretty decent amount of cars as well. So that's why I wanted to tune it, because I knew it has some potential, and I already felt like I was like done with the aesthetics. I wanted to get into a little bit of the performance, and I already had all the bolt-ons. So it was like I might as well like push it to its full capabilities by tuning it, right? So that's why I decided to go the tuning route. And it's still my daily, so it's still doing its job, thankfully. I drive a pretty good amount a week. I've got different things, school, work, so I'm always driving somewhere. And on the way to those places, I look good while doing it and sound good. And on top of that, race a few people and, body a few cars. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Other than that, when it comes to, dailying it, I think it's a pretty comfortable, fun daily. Of course, it just depends on what you do. Like, I went with air suspension, so obviously I'm not gonna have the best ride ever, but I have a decent ride. also don't have the best tires on here. I don't have no Michelin Pilot Sports or anything like that. I have like some Ling Ling tires, some Chinese brands. So I would want to buy Michelins, but I would want that more for like a track setup. So like if I got some TEs or Rim Lights or something, then I would want to go with that. But other than that, it rides good, looks good, feels good. It handles pretty decently, I say. I think it handles pretty decently. I never got to feel this car with stock suspension, so I can't tell you how it handles stock. But at least when I have the coils, it handles good, and when the bags, it handles good. Like I'll take it, I'll go and spin it sometimes. I've done rolls, I've done digs. You know, digs usually are not as good as rolls because it is a rear-wheel drive car. But I think it handles pretty well as well. And yeah, I mean, it really just depends, bro. If you're looking at the coupe market for a daily, your options are very limited. Unless you have like a very like high budget, I guess, right? Because then, I mean, you can go to the M4. I think the M4 is a little more room here. But like when it comes to the Z and the FRS and the G, I think this one's the most roomy. I've actually never been in the backseat of G, so I don't even know. But the Z doesn't even have a backseat, and the FRS backseat is cooked. So I think this one's definitely got the best when it comes to space and dailying it and like trying to bring things with you. I mean, I fit an exhaust in this car before. I fit suitcases, all that stuff. So I do think it's a pretty solid daily. I'm trying to think what some other things people want out of their daily. I mean, I just went over pretty much everything with you guys that I would personally think you'd want out of your daily. So let's just do a little bit of driving, you know. But I actually am gonna go fill up on some gas, so I'll show you how much it costs me to fill up. I'm not at empty, but I'm right around empty, so I might as well show y'all how to, or show y'all how much it usually costs. Because empty, I think from like 10 miles left in the tank, I think it usually runs me about 60 to 65, depending on how high gas is. Now, depending on where you live, of course, that's gonna vary. But over here in Florida, that's usually how much it runs me. So that is kind of expensive, I'm not gonna lie. It's a big jump from like my first car to this car. But my second car was a German car, so I was kind of getting used to spending bread on gas. But my first fill up when I bought this car about 2 years ago was actually horrendous. It was $72, I believe. And yeah, I remember after I seen it, I was like, dude, I'm gonna need a better job, bro, because I don't even think I had a job when I bought this car. Or I think I just quit my job because I was going on vacation for a while. So yeah, I do remember seeing that fill up, and I was like, damn, bro, like I'm cooked. So that's definitely one thing you got to keep in consideration is you want a nice car, you want a turboed car, you have to put premium gas. You cannot put regular. If you have like a naturally aspirated car, I mean, you could get away with putting regular, but if you love your car, I think you're gonna put premium. I mean, me personally, I ever since my first car, I've never, like, ever since my second car, I've only put premium. So I've had 3 cars, and both of my 2 out of the 3 cars took premium. And yeah, I've always put premium. So if you want a nice car, you know, you gotta spend a little bit of money. It's not even like something new, because gas is expensive on all cars right now, but it's even more expensive on any car that takes premium. And I think this car is about 15.5 gallons or 16 gallons of gas. And yeah, that is why it runs me about 60 plus. So V8 numbers, well, no, I think you spent a little more on V8s, but close to V8 money, but you're driving a 4-cylinder. So it's your call on that side. But I don't really know how much my competitors cost to fill up, so I can't really compare it there. But I'll catch y'all at the gas station, and then we'll probably be closing out this video soon. Yeah, catch y'all in a bit though. So it's filling up right now. Already at $28. We're about 8 gallons in, $30. I'm guessing Probably a solid like 52. Could be wrong though. Could be a little more. That's the only downside about this car. How much it costs to fill up, bruh. But you know, looks good. Sounds good. Oh my. Let's see. It might be cooked. This guy might be cool. What is he doing? Oh, 53. I was on the money. It's not even bad. Yep, see? Well, there you have it, folks. 53 is my total. Let's get one last look. Car aired out. Damn, boy. Damn, I gotta paint those wheels, man. I really gotta paint those wheels. Like, I have to get rid of that curb rash. That shit is horrendous. Alright, let's see. Yeah, my range right now is pretty cooked. 242 is pretty bad. 4-cylinder and it's getting 242. It used to get 315 before the tune, but you know what? It is what it is. Live with it. Enjoy the car. You know, if you want to drive like a grandma, you could probably get it higher. But I don't drive like a grandma, so that is, you know, it is what it is. I'm gonna live with it, man. But other than that, hope y'all boys enjoyed this video. I know it was mostly me yapping, but if you have any more questions about if the Genesis is a good daily or whatnot, or daily questions, I guess, drop them in the comments and I'll respond to them. Other than that, hope y'all enjoyed it. Take care of yourselves and safety. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.